Hey guys, it's Sasha, and today I'm back with another recent reads video. Here's the first book I want to show you. I actually read online, and it was a manga. I read all 13 volumes of Ao Haru Ride, or Blue Spring Ride, which is by Sa. Anyway, okay, and here is a cover. I don't know if this is fan-made. I know here's the next cover, yada yada yada. So anyway, Blue Spring Ride is about a girl as she goes through high school. In middle school, she really liked this boy, but he left the school after the first year in middle school, and then she meets him again in high school, and it goes on from there. I really enjoyed this manga. However, that may be because this is a Shinjo manga or whatever. Shoujo manga. That's my sister. So it's targeted toward teenage girls. So that's probably one reason why I really liked it. This was my first shoujo manga that I've ever read. I really have nothing to compare to it. But I rated the overall manga series of 4.5 stars. The plot was, I felt, really good. There were a lot of misunderstandings, miscommunications, misfortunes, but we actually have a review for the manga on her anime channel, so if you want to go check that out, I'll put that in the cards and the description below. The next book I read was Marie by Linda Windsor, and this is about Marie, who is a, I believe it's Celtic. But anyway, this is in old time Ireland, back when the Druids and whatnot. But she is going to be queen of her land, and she went off on a raid, and she captured this man named Rowan to take him as her husband, so she didn't have to marry this other guy who is an evil dude. This is Christian fiction, and this was a reread for me. I read this around the same time I read it last year, which was at the end of January, beginning of February. I still enjoyed this book. The first time I read it, I was really in love with it. This time, I was in love with it, not as much so, but I still really loved this book. I felt for Christian fiction, all the Christian fiction I read, usually the main characters are not like Marie. They're usually, I don't want to say weak, the girl-wise. They're usually pretty weak, and then the man is like, you know, like the strong male figure. But with this, Marie is a strong, independent female type, and I really love that. And I loved Rowan, and I liked the faith element in here. I don't think it was too overbearing, and unlike some books I've read, it was just enough. It was sprinkled in there just enough to be nice and sweet. I also loved the romance in here. I thought it was really great. The one thing I did not like was, while I felt the two main characters were developed really well, the other side characters and the antagonists of this book were not really developed as well as the two main characters. So that is my grievance for this book, and I rated Marie 4 stars. Next book I read was for school, and that is Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller. This is a play, and this was for my literature course, and I really enjoyed this. I've read two plays, this being one of the two so far this year for school. The first play I had to read was Our Town, and I can't remember who it was by, but I didn't really enjoy it. This one I enjoyed a lot more. I would like to see this being performed sometime. I thought it was interesting, and I really liked the family atmosphere and the dynamic and the drama, and I rated this 3.5 stars. The next book I read was Two Towers by J.R.R. Tolkien. I'm reading this for a read-along, and obviously this is a reread for me, and I really enjoy Tolkien's work. I've only read his The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings books, but I do want to pick up some of his other books like The Silmarillion and whatnot. I have not done that yet, but I enjoyed The Two Towers. I love how you really feel the characters' emotion and what's going on in the story when you're reading the book. When they're sad, or what and depressed, you're reading it, it's sort of like slow and you feel sort of sad and depressed, and when they're happy or they're rushing somewhere, you're sort of happy and rushing through that part in the book. I really like that. I must say, Tolkien's world building and characters, like, there's so much. I just want to know how he kept it all straight in his head and how he got it to Middle-earth to where it is today. I rated this book 5 stars. And the last book I read was The Wedding Dress by Marion Wells. This is a book about Rebecca and during the 1830s, 1820s, and we are in Utah. We're during the Mormon beginning times, and that is really what this is centered about. And it's centered by Rebecca as she moves away from her adopted family and into Mormon life. I really enjoyed learning more about Mormon culture and Mormon beginnings. I really enjoyed that part of this book. The thing I did not enjoy with this book is the characters. I didn't really connect with any of them. I did not really feel attached to any of them. I rated this book 3 stars. Anyway, that's all for now. I hope y'all enjoyed this recent reads video. Check out my last recent reads video. It'll be in the cards and in the description below. Bye!